Okay, so we're going to move on to our next talk about dust protective covers for lunar surface equipment by Dave Cadogan.
Sounds good. Thanks, Jorge. Hi, I'm Dave Cadogan from Moonprint Solutions. I'm formerly of LSIC Dover for 31 years, so I'm a spacesuit guy at heart. And thanks for having me today. Moonprint Solutions is a small technology company dedicated to solving problems with soft goods. And I'd like to start by saying sometimes avoiding the problem is the best way to avoid the problem. So I'm going to talk about covers to protect spacesuits and equipment and prevent transmission of lunar dust into vehicles. Also worth shouting, a quick shout out to Jack Schmidt, who's on the line and is pictured in both of these pictures you see here. Next slide, please. There are many analogs on Earth that can help us live on the moon. Personal protective equipment is one. You leave the clean environment, don a suit in a transition area, enter a contaminated environment to work, then carefully doff the cover garment in a transition area and return to the clean environment. So you don't bring the threat with you into the clean environment. And we're very familiar with this and what's going on in the world today. This happens in medicine, the military, when NASA fuels vehicles every day. And even you do the same sort of thing when you work around the house, like put fiberglass insulation in your attic. Next slide, please. The same is true for robotics and equipment. They use covers to work in challenging environments, such as painting, abrasives, dust, and cold. And these types of robots are all over the planet using covers all the time. Next slide, please. So this is a quick example of a very simple way to employ covers on spacesuits to protect the suits and to protect dust from entering habitats. You exit the spacecraft clean, don a cover garment at a changing station, perform your EVA, do whatever you need to do, return to the changing station, carefully doff the cover garment, and return to the spacecraft clean. We did some first order testing to show this was viable for spacesuits back in around 2008. You saw some of these pictures in the Blue Origin presentation earlier.
Dave, you have 1 minute remaining.
Thank you. There's an ISIS presentation on this work available. Next slide, please. So the same is true for robotics and sensitive equipment. Flexible covers can isolate the equipment while not impeding performance. Next slide, please. And some of the materials data has been generated that can help guide us to the design of flexible covers, but more work is required, as Mary Hackham noted earlier. We also need more testing on flexible covers in representative environments to study their performance. If you'd like to contact me about that, my email address is there. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.